All right, mate, hope you're good. Winter is in full swing now, so fishing can be challenging to say the least when it's freezing cold. Fish aren't very active and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a little video sharing a few tips, lure suggestions on stuff that's helped me over the years. So yeah, let's dive to it. So tip number one is going to be to have your stuff ready. So have your bag in order. There's nothing worse in winter than fumbling around with freezing cold hands. It's just not very nice. It can be a bit soul destroying. Another one is to have your lures pre-rigged, ready to tie or clip on. It's just less faffing on the bank, and maybe even some rigs. Like the way I see it is one knot's always easier to tie than two, especially in cold conditions. It can be pretty challenging when your fingers are dead. So yeah, that's tip one. Tip number two is going to be to pick the right method. You want to be slow and static. Fish in winter they're like 2 degrees away from being frozen solid, so they're not in the mood for chasing. They're not going to chase. You have to find them. They're not going to find you, is probably the best way to describe it. So Neds, drop shots, really slow search baits. A little curly tail can be quite good as a search bait in winter on a really light jig head, because you get like a really slow fall through the water as well. Just, yeah, I like to go to that sometimes in winter, especially if I'm on a new venue. So yeah, tip two is pick the right method. Tip number three is going to be just to give yourself a chance, really. Fish places that you've caught fish before, because it's hard anyway in winter, so you've kind of got to give yourself a little bit of an edge and go in somewhere where you've caught before. You know fish are there. Like if you go in somewhere that you don't know, you've got to put a load of work in, ring a load of changes to try and work out that venue. So yeah, tip three, just stick to what you know. Tip number four is going to be to pick the right lures for the job. I'll be honest, after a really cold spell like the one I've just had, I retire hard baits. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't work, they do. There's just better options out there, which brings me straight on to point number five. These are the lures I like to use in winter. First lure, it's no secret. The longer you follow me, you'll know how much I love this bait. I really rate it. And it's the Z-Man shad fries. Favourite colour is Schmelt, supernatural. The only difference is in winter, I changed the jig head, so I'll fish it on a Ned head, and I'll change the retrieve. I like to kind of bump it dead gently along the bottom and just wind in the slack, pause, bump, bump, wind in the slack, pause. In summer, I'll fish it a bit more on like a straight-ish retrieve kind of thing. Yeah, just great little bait, super versatile, even good on the drop shot as well. It's got kind of nice little pintail on it and stuff like that. So yeah, number one, Z-Man shad fries. So second lure is going to be the Fox Rage micro critter. Literally, I was only supposed to be, I'm just at the little river at the back of work, and I just had one cast then, and I've just had a bit of a result on this little bait. I'll play that clip at the end, but no, this, my go-to drop shot bait. It just gets it done for me on the drop shot. I love it. It's also really good fished on a little cheb. Just leave it in situ. Looks like a little crayfish just hiding in the debris. Like I say, paused in winter, deadly. Stir up the bottom a little bit as well when bottom contact's important. So, and fish are hugging the bottom, things like that. So yeah, number two, Fox Rage critter. Get yourself some. And then lastly, bait number three, Z-Man, little micro worms. Sometimes in winter, when it's really tough and they're just not having it, I find if you just change to a little worm, and nothing else works. There's been loads of times for me, it's been one of them tough days. I've put this on, had a little dibble somewhere, and bang, yeah, you're into a few fish, yeah. If you long pauses, persevere with it long enough, it gets the job done. So yeah, there's my 3 ultralight winter baits, just my go-tos, my confidence baits. Everybody's different, yours might be completely different, but in winter, stick to your confidence stuff, and yeah, you should sooner or later run into some fish. Man, buzzing. So I'm just filming my 5 tips video. Little chuck into here then, and I've potentially just had a PB perch. I'll get it out the net in a minute and show you. Wowza. So, really pleased with that. Beautiful little perch from a river. I was not expecting that then, but what a fish. Boom. Let's get you put back. Man. Okay, so yeah, pretty chuffed with that fish. That's pretty much it really. That's a wrap. Wasn't expecting that. Still buzzing. A few little tips there to help people with the winter fishing. Yeah, keep them lines tight. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for your time.